My name is Yumi Ando. 3 years ago, I married my husband, Hiroshi. Hiroshi works in the accounting department at his company and is highly trusted by his colleagues.
Handling money requires a lot of trust. I'm always careful to maintain the trust of those around me.
That's impressive. I've never worked in accounting, so I don't really understand it. But it must be tough.
But I'm proud of my job. I find my work fulfilling.
I find my work fulfilling, and I respect Hiroshi for taking his job seriously.
Regarding living expenses, we're going to use my salary for our living costs. To save Yumi's salary, right?
Yeah, let's try that. Hiroshi's salary was decent, and since it was just the two of us, we decided to save my salary for the future, before we got married.
I'll manage the finances, since I work in accounting.
Sure, I trust you, Hiroshi. I trusted Hiroshi, so I handed over my paycheck to him every month. Here you go. Please make sure to save my salary for this month.
Thanks. Leave it to me.
But after 3 years of marriage, I started having doubts. At first, Hiroshi would show me how our finances were doing. But for the last 2 years, he hasn't shown me at all. Hey, Hiroshi, our savings are growing, right?
Of course. Why wouldn't they be?
How much do we have now? Can you show me the bank book?
What? The bank book?
When I casually asked, Hiroshi averted his eyes and got flustered.
Anyway, I've saved up quite a bit. Leave all the money management to me. And just live your life without worrying about it.
Okay. But it's kind of suspicious. In the end, Hiroshi didn't show me the bank book. And my doubts and suspicions grew. But I don't want to have doubts about my husband. So, I need to clear things up quickly. There must be a reason why he's not showing me the bank book. I hated having doubts about my trusted husband, Hiroshi. So, when Hiroshi wasn't home, I decided to look for our savings bank book. But, this is strange. I can't find the bank book anywhere. No matter how much I searched the house, I couldn't find our savings bank book anywhere. Can this really happen? Did Hiroshi forget to return it home and is carrying it with him? But Hiroshi is usually so careful. That doesn't seem like something he would do. If he's hiding the bank book, does that mean he doesn't want me to see it? Is he hiding something from me? I didn't want to believe Hiroshi would do that, but I started to feel suspicious of Hiroshi. And after much deliberation, I decided to observe his daily behavior. There haven't been any suspicious movements since then. I thought he might be using the savings without telling me. I suspected that was why he wouldn't show me the bank book. But Hiroshi always comes straight home after work. And on his days off, he doesn't go out. He doesn't seem to be buying anything expensive either. There's no sign of extravagance. So why won't he show me the bank book? When I ask, he always evades the question. With no suspicious behavior from Hiroshi, I found it even more puzzling that he wouldn't show me the bank book. The next day, after I give Hiroshi my paycheck, both of us are off work. I'll investigate what he does with the salary I gave him. And so, the day after I handed Hiroshi my paycheck, I decided to secretly follow him when he went out. However, Hiroshi went straight to the bank to deposit the paycheck. It seems there really wasn't any significant reason for not showing me the bank book. Yet, I ended up doubting him. I feel bad for suspecting Hiroshi. Feeling guilty for doubting Hiroshi, who is trusted by his company, just when I decided to stop tailing him, oh, here comes Hiroshi. Is he on the phone with someone? Just then, Hiroshi quickly came out of the bank, hastily making a call to someone.
I just deposited the money. Yeah, I always send it, don't I? So please don't tell anyone about this.
Hiroshi? Why is he so flustered? And he looks pale. I hope he's okay. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to talk to Hiroshi right now. Seeing a side of Hiroshi I had never seen before, I felt worried and quickly approached him, tapping his shoulder.
What? Yumi? Why are you here?
Sorry. Since you never show me our savings bank book, I was worried about where my paycheck was going, so I came to see it. When I honestly explained, Hiroshi, who had been stunned, suddenly started to panic and said to me,
Are you doubting me?
Doubt you? Well, yes. I was doubting you a moment ago. But you did deposit the paycheck right away at the bank. Does Hiroshi usually panic like this? He's normally calm and composed. Suddenly saying, "Are you doubting me?" is strange. Something feels off. I noticed Hiroshi's phone with a recently ended call and the passbook in his hand. I spoke my thoughts out loud. Were you talking to someone on the phone? You were talking about transferring money, right? And the bank book you're holding is our savings bank book.
What? The call was nothing important.
When I calmly pointed this out, Hiroshi turned pale and started to panic. Hiroshi, why are you so flustered? Besides, there's still something suspicious. Seeing him like this, I instinctively grabbed Hiroshi's phone from his hand.
Hey, what are you doing? Yumi?
Who is this Ayako Yajima? On Hiroshi's phone call history, there was a record of a call with a woman just moments ago. I felt a terrible suspicion growing inside me. Did you send money to her? Instead of depositing my paycheck in the bank?
Wait, Yumi, please.
No, I won't wait. You've always dodged my questions. But this time I need clear answers. When I asked seriously, Hiroshi, now sweating, suddenly bowed his head.
I'm sorry. I have a reason for this.
Suddenly, Hiroshi started apologizing profusely. What? Him apologizing to me so suddenly? Why? Let's go somewhere else. People are watching us here. It's my first time I saw Hiroshi so concerned and desperate. Was what he did so serious that he have to apologize like this? With Hiroshi's phone in my hand and a sinking feeling in my heart, Hiroshi and I moved to a nearby family restaurant. Hiroshi, show me the bank book you have right now. At the restaurant, I asked Hiroshi, who was pale and trembling, to show me the passbook. And when I saw our savings bank book for the first time in a long time, I was astonished. What is this amount?
See? I've been saving every month, right?
Every month? You only put in quarter of the salary I gave you each month. And this has been going on for a year and a half? According to the records in the bank book, for the past year and a half, only a quarter of the salary I handed to Hiroshi each month was deposited. So the savings that I thought would have accumulated to the full amount of my monthly salary were almost non-existent. What happened to the remaining 3/4 of the salary I gave you? You didn't send it to that Ayako Yajima person. Instead of depositing it, did you?
I'm sorry.
When I asked in shock, Hiroshi bowed deeply to me again. Seeing this, I felt a wave of shock, and my mind went blank for a moment. Who is this person? Why have you been sending my salary to this person every month?
Well, it's...
Even as I looked at the name Ayako Yajima in the call history on the phone and asked, Hiroshi looked away awkwardly and wouldn't answer. After doing something like this to me, he won't even explain? Ugh, unbelievable. Fine, I'll ask her directly.
What? Directly?
Before Hiroshi could react, I dialed Ayako Yajima's number on her phone.
What? If it's about the transferred money, I've checked it. I told you not to contact me, didn't I?
As soon as the call connected, the woman named Ayako Yajima responded coldly. I quietly said, I'm Hiroshi's wife. You're the person receiving money from Hiroshi, right?
What? Hiroshi's wife?
Miss Yajima sounded surprised, then quickly apologized.
I'm really sorry. As you probably heard from Hiroshi, I didn't know he was married.
What? What do you mean?
And then I got pregnant. Hiroshi has been sending me money every month as alimony and child support.
pregnant? I was so shocked that I couldn't close my mouth. Across from me, Hiroshi had gone pale and was shrinking in his seat. Are you saying you were having an affair with Hiroshi?
No, I thought Hiroshi was single. He kept telling me he's single, so I believed him.
What? I haven't heard anything about this from Hiroshi.
Haven't heard anything?
Over the phone, it seemed like something clicked for Ayako, and she angrily said,
What? Does that mean Hiroshi has been deceiving you too?
What? Wait, what do you mean?
I'm sorry. Let me come to you right away.
The Miss Yajima got the location from me and hurried to the family restaurant with her little daughter. So, this little girl is Hiroshi's. Seeing Miss Yajima holding her daughter, I understood the situation. Across from me, Hiroshi was still pale and shrinking.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ayako Yajima. This is Miyu, my daughter with Hiroshi.
Hiroshi? You really had an affair. And you got her pregnant?
That is...
When I raised my voice in anger, Hiroshi hastily tried to say something. But before he could, Ayako glared at him.
And you told me you were single. And you deceived me. And then you asked me to give up on Miyu after I got pregnant. I will never forgive you for saying something so cruel.
You told her to give up on Miyu? Unbelievable. Hiroshi, did you really say something that awful to her?
No, but... I was married to Yumi.
That's no excuse for being so selfish. You told her you were single, didn't you?
That's right. If I had known you were married, I never would have gotten involved with you.
When I found out Hiroshi was sending my money to someone else, I thought she might have been blackmailing him. But now, it's completely different. To think that Hiroshi was having an affair behind my back all this time? Right after we got married, Hiroshi met Ayako at work and started pursuing her, hiding the fact that he was married. But when Ayako found out she was pregnant, Hiroshi panicked and said he wanted to break up. That's when Ayako discovered Hiroshi was actually married.
You are just too selfish. And to ask me to keep quiet about it? It's unforgivable to end things like that. That's why I decided to have him pay alimony and child support for Miyu every month.
So Hiroshi deceived her, got her pregnant, and then tried to pretend like nothing happened. How cowardly. Learning the truth left me with mixed feelings. But Hiroshi's selfishness and heartlessness, telling Ayako to give up on his own daughter, filled me with anger. And using my salary without even discussing it with me for alimony and child support because of his own reckless actions. Everything was to protect himself. Hiroshi would abandon his responsibilities and hurt others as long as it served his self-interest. Hiroshi, I've made up my mind.
Made up your mind about what?
I'm going to divorce you.
What? Divorce? Hey, Yumi, I'll apologize for cheating on you.
Even if you apologize, I can't forgive you.
Can't forgive me? But why?
Isn't it obvious? You deceived Ayako and had an affair, and then tried to sweep it under the rug. That's the lowest of the low. I can't stay with someone so cruel. And Hiroshi, you've been secretly using my salary for this. I can't be with someone I can't trust.
I'm really sorry, but please don't divorce me.
Are you saying this for my sake? Or for your own sake?
What? I'm saying it for your sake, Yumi.
No, you're not. You're worried about your reputation if I divorce you, aren't you? You don't want your image to be tarnished. You always think only about yourself. No, you only ever think about yourself. If you had considered my feelings at all, you never would have had an affair in the first place. And you wouldn't have used my salary without my consent either. Why should I stay with someone like you? And just to protect your reputation. This betrayal has completely disgusted me, and I told Hiroshi decisively. Ayako, who had been listening to our conversation, nodded angrily.
Hiroshi told me he was paying alimony and child support from his own savings. I had no idea it was your wife's money. Deceiving even your wife is the worst,
Ayako said coldly, cutting Hiroshi off.
It was just a moment of weakness.
Then, this is the result of your moment of weakness. Take responsibility and face it properly. As for the divorce, I'll handle it through a lawyer. Leaving a pale and speechless Hiroshi behind, Ayako and I swiftly left the restaurant. After that, I quickly divorced Hiroshi. Although I was entitled to alimony due to his infidelity, I chose not to accept it. Instead, I insisted Hiroshi continue paying alimony and child support to Ayako and Miyu. In lieu of alimony, I took the house and the remaining savings and parted ways with Hiroshi. But I need to properly convey the truth to everyone. And then I told Hiroshi's colleagues, who were also our mutual friends, about the reason for our divorce and exposed his infidelity. Everyone was appalled by Hiroshi's incredibly selfish behavior. Was Hiroshi such a horrible person? To deceive both Yumi and his affair partner and pretend nothing happened is outrageous.
He was considered the most trustworthy person at the company. But his reputation is ruined. Nobody wants to associate with him now.
Hiroshi's desire to hide his deceit was exposed to his colleagues, causing his previously trusted reputation to plummet.
What? I'm fired?
Moreover, it seems Hiroshi had embezzled company funds to pay the alimony. This incident revealed his embezzlement, and he lost the important job he had always been proud of. There was no one to defend Hiroshi during this time. Ayako, Miyu, I've missed you.
Hello, Yumi. Miyu, say hello to Yumi. Hello, Yumi.
Aw, you're so cute. An angel. Since then, Ayako and I have become quite close through our interactions. And we often go out to eat together. Miyu, you've become so good at talking.
Yes, she has. At home, she always says she wants to see you, Yumi. I love Yumi.
Thank you. I love you too, Miyu. Ayako is kind and we get along well. Miyu, who has grown attached to me, is so cute and just talking to her is healing. Seeing Miyu grow makes me feel happy too.
I'm so glad to have become friends with you, Yumi. And you always listen to my concerns about Miyu. I'm truly grateful. When you're in trouble, I'll definitely help you. So please feel free to rely on me.
Thank you. I'm really glad I met both of you. Although I lost a lot by marrying Hiroshi, that wasn't everything. Now I have friends who trust me and will be there for me for life.